What's going on, guys? The Arid Lords here. Welcome back to another vlog. I know it's been a while. Um, Certainly, since I've uploaded my last video, I know there's been a lot of different Walking Dead news that has happened since I last made my last video. Fear the Walking Dead Season 8 has started. The Negan Maggie series has gotten a pretty substantial trailer, and the names of the episodes have all been released. But, of course, in this video, I'm going to be foregoing that. I might get to it eventually. I know I said, and I still will be covering the Negan Maggie series, which is only coming up in a month, so there will be new content I'll try to make it as consistent as I can. Obviously, I want to catch the episodes week by week. There were some interesting additions that were revealed in the trailer that I wasn't expecting, and, you need those creative leaps in order to make these series worthwhile for people to watch. But I do have some photos for you guys that I took. I literally just took them from my phone. I'll make one of them's probably going to be the thumbnail of the video, and I know this isn't probably the best way to do this, but I was just scrolling. It was 30, right now when I'm recording this, it was like 30 minutes ago. And one of the Andrew Lincoln fan accounts, someone who works on the show, I don't know if it was like technical lighting, casting, whatever it may be. There was an outdoor scene with the CRM that was being filmed, and there was like a whole bunch of stuff. So I took 3 quick photos, which are just like freeze frames. So I don't know if you guys can actually like see. Actually, you can see that pretty well. I'm actually surprised. Yeah. So yeah, we have the CRM flag and a CRM truck, which I believe the trucks were in World Beyond. So there's really no surprises there. This one, I did pause the video at the wrong point, but there is this woman in the prisoner CRM jacket, and Rick is on that bench talking to her. If the video was rewound, Rick is like on her right side. I don't know who it is. African American origins, doesn't look like it's Michonne. The hairstyle doesn't match, so this is a new character. I don't know where chronologically this happens, because I had heard that they were doing a lot of the finale stuff in the past couple of weeks, and now they're filming again. So I don't know if they're filming out of order, if this is intentional. But I also like that skyline, because if we're assuming that this is in Philadelphia, you get some like pretty cool different stuff. And then there's a bunch of, this is like just the camera and crew, and there is a CRM flag if you see it in the upper right hand corner there. There are CRM soldiers there with the masks, you can see that, and then there's just crew members in the back. So those were just 3 quick. I know it's kind of bootleg the way I was doing this. But I wanted to get that information to you guys. I mean, it just came out, and I was scrolling and figured, why not share it with the fans and the viewers. But that's really cool. Special thanks to the Andrew Lincoln fan page that released that. I know they go to good lengths to try to get behind the scene footage and behind the scene information. So definitely, Andrew Lincoln _news on Instagram is the name. So that is much appreciated there. So I didn't upload it, but I did make a video going through the archives here. I talked about whether all the shows, the spinoffs, would be worthwhile. Like if they can carry the Walking Dead legacy, if they can get new people engaged, if they can bring back old viewers. Still kind of undecided on, whether I will be actually doing anything more with that. I'll probably make, vlogs as they come up, right? Moments like this where I can kind of just jump on camera really quickly and give you guys some quick hit information. I think I'll be really excited. Like once we get like a trailer, I mean, I'll do a reaction video to the trailer, and I honestly could have done one for the Negan Maggie series. I've just been, I get busier and busier as time goes on, so it's not as easy for me to make vlogs like this. And as I mentioned to you guys at the end of last year when I made my 12-year channel anniversary vlog, that I've been more focused on my writing, which I'm trying to, bring into commercial success, which has been very much under wraps, and I don't talk about it. I've never really talked about it, other than the self-published book that I wrote in high school, which was just kind of an experiment just to give to family and friends. Did that years ago, and then really haven't talked about my own writing since. I had the Writer's Block podcast, which was just amateur writing tips with a friend of mine back in 2013. But aside from that, it's been Walking Dead and gaming content on this channel. As you guys know from any of the archives, or anyone who's still stuck with my Walking Dead content, tunes in for the vlogs and possibly the reaction videos. So I mentioned that when I have information to share with you guys, I will. Don't currently, but I'm working very hard on other projects, like other projects of mine. I'm actually working on a prequel to the book that's going to be my debut novel. I'm working on that prequel right now, and I'm very far into it, and it's turning out very nicely, and I just want to continue to keep that momentum going. So when I sometimes don't have time to make vlogs for the channel, that's one reason for it, right? But I still appreciate your viewership. I know people probably, go back and see the old videos if you want my reactions to seasons, 6 through 8, and then a couple in 9, and I think a couple in 10 as well. It became a little inconsistent, especially when COVID happened. It was harder to do the reaction videos. I did them for that last stretch of season 10. I didn't really do them at all for season 11. I did do it for the series finale, but there was stupid audio issues with my XSplit, so that was really frustrating. Yeah, that's, I guess, just a little update on how I'm handling the content. I guess also why there's kind of a delay in my, uploading schedule, not as consistent. Because I did say, hey, I want to do these more consistently and whatnot. Life still can get in the way. So that's just, how things go. Appreciate you guys watching nonetheless. So thank you very much. Let's see, what else? It's looking very much like, and we've discussed this in previous vlogs, that the Andrew Lincoln, Rick Grimes CRM show is going to only be 6 episodes. I think that's a mistake. Just given you build up this Rick Grimes being gone in the CRM, you build all this stuff up for years across multiple shows. The CRM gets name dropped in Fear the Walking Dead. You have World Beyond that tackles their entire society. Well, not part of their society, part of their operation. And we see that it's a much, much larger operation. And so we're getting, all these teases. And, now this is going to be the payoff. This Rick and Michonne show is the payoff. And I'm just, a little worried that it's short. I just don't want it to be oh yeah, Rick was captured by the enemy. It's well, what have they been doing? This is the biggest group out of any across Fear the Walking Dead, the main show, and any of the spinoffs. This is the largest group we've ever encountered, much larger than the Commonwealth. I mentioned in the past that it was a huge, and I think a lot of people agree, that it was a huge missed opportunity for them not to cross over. There were all these theories that Lance Hornsby was doing deals with them, that the Designation 2 thing was the A and B. It was a way of the Commonwealth trading people. And I was getting intrigued when they had the back half episodes. And I was this whole prison camp situation, maybe this is where they trade the people so that they have a neutrality pact between themselves and the CRM. But they didn't do nothing with it. Mainly because they were running out of episodes and they had to wrap the series up, so they couldn't do anything with it. So, it was incredibly disappointing because there's just no way the Commonwealth, that has a connected train network, which we saw in many action scenes in those latter episodes, there's no way that they don't know about the CRM that's got helicopters flying all over the damn place. Like, I mean, they were even I mean, I know they were going to the junkyard, but Rick saw them, Negan saw that. Like, back in the main Walking Dead show, like, just our characters in Virginia saw them. Like, they're in the totality of the Commonwealth's existence since the apocalypse. There's just no way. There's just no way, man. Like, there's just no way the two don't know about each other. And I guarantee you, if you ask Angela King or Gimple, they'd tell you that, yeah, we had plans, but we just didn't have enough time or budget or whatever. And everyone remembers there was a Talking Dead episode, I've referenced this a couple times, where someone asks Gimple, like, do the CRM and the Commonwealth know about each other? And he's like, oh, we will see on the 11th season of The Walking Dead. And turned out to be a massive fucking lie because it was never explored. So I don't know why he even said that, because I got excited. I was like, oh, is it in Part A? Is it in Part B? Is it in Part C? And then the whole friggin' show's done, and I'm like, oh, it wasn't explained in any of that. Well, that's great. So their rationale might be, oh, we're gonna save them for the Rick show, but it's like, this is like an interconnected universe, though. Like, I don't understand why, like, they're not connecting pieces more, because there is crossover, like Morgan, Dwight, Sherry, they're all crossed over into Fear the Walking Dead. I mean, there was even teasers for the final season of Fear the Walking Dead that Morgan goes back to King County. Like, that's a huge Easter egg for the main show in the very first stretch of episodes. So they've done this before, where they show you that this is an interconnected world. Like, I think Beta, the guy who was the singer, that we find out who was a singer in his past life. There's a poster of him in one of the Fear the Walking Dead episodes. So they've done this before, where they tell you, like, hey, this is the same world. There's crossover. But then, like, it's almost like they cherry pick it, right? Like, they'll do it for a couple of Easter eggs and to transfer some characters over based on who wants to transfer their filming schedule. But, like, when it comes to big concept stuff, like the CRM and Commonwealth and that overlapping and the CRM's greater connectivity throughout the whole United States and what their grand master plan is, it's like, oh, well, let's just contain it to 6 episodes and hope that satisfies. It's like, well, wouldn't it have been better to have, like, a 12th season of The Walking Dead where you bridge it, where they're introduced, or it's the Commonwealth stuff still going on and the CRM is kind of like an extra factor in there. I know to some viewers that would seem like another group being introduced, but, like, we've seen them before. We've seen the helicopters before. We've seen Rick before. This wouldn't be a new group. This would be more like the aliens that have been we keep seeing their UFOs popping up in the sky, and then we're like, oh, like, are they ever going to come down and land, or are we ever going to figure out that mystery? Like, that's more what they were, and there just kind of was a missed opportunity there to really bring them into the fold. So, but those are just my opinions. The main purpose of this video was to show you guys those photos, but I also wanted to just give you an update on some of the stuff I'm dealing with, and, I'm just busy. As we get into June, I should have more time to do the Negan Maggie show. And I don't think I'm going to do reaction. I know I said originally earlier I was going to do reactions to that. Don't think I will. I'll at least do, like, a review vlog where it's an entire episode review, as I've done for previous episodes of The Walking Dead. So, appreciate you guys. Appreciate your time. Thank you for sticking with me. For those who are, still waiting for my uploads, here's another one. So, But yeah, that's what we got going on. Thank you guys, and I will see you for the next vlog, whenever that might be. I'm going to assume it's going to be something tackling the Negan Maggie stuff, or maybe I'll do a trailer review. Again, I know it's already been out for a few days, and most people have already given their opinions. With this type of stuff, there's like an immediacy factor. That's why when I saw this, I was like, oh, like, I don't think those photos have been up before. Let me review the Rick Grimes photos that just came out / leaked. I don't know if those were leaked technically, but whatever. Well, that's trickier territory. So anyway, thank you guys, and I'll see you for the next vlog. Peace out.